Hello, my lovely Libra. Welcome to your weekly love reading. This will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please keep in mind energy can go vice versa, and this reading won't resonate with everyone. So just take what fits, but please leave the rest out. Hope everyone is doing well. Okay, we have consciousness, dark thoughts with consciousness, again, happy success. Someone's conflicted here, having a tough time getting over something, as well as fearing failure, that they will not truly get what they desire, that it's so far out of their reach that it is impossible. Lessons of Neptune, denial, illusions, and self-deception. Or another, detachment is important at this time. New patterns, do things differently in order to bring health and vitality into your love life. Yes, someone's been detaching here, trying to run away from their feelings, trying to live in a fantasy realm and not seeing what needs to be done. Overall energy, we have Two of Swords. This is about indecisiveness, but needing to make a decision. I feel like someone knows the reality of a situation, but just doesn't want to address it. So we have Page of Wands, Judgment, Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Cups for your energy. So there's a lot of illusion or something that's uncertain to you at this time in regards to this person. You feel like that you've been waiting for a long time for some kind of information to come to light, some kind of knowledge, and it's just been very frustrating. I also see that you're more so focused on your abundance, possibly your finances here, or just your well-being in order to create some positivity in your life. So you're not really dwelling on the past like you had. It was a very hurtful situation, very confusing, but now you're seeing that, you know, the more that you focus on yourself, it's getting better. Especially with the Page of Wands, I also see that there's an opportunity coming that's going to make you feel even more so that things are not what they seem, okay? Something needs to come to light here. Seven of Swords, King of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and the King of Wands. What has happened here? This person is like running away from themselves, playing their own game, living in a fantasy land as well. It's like they can't quite get their head out of the clouds. They feel like the longer they push this off, that they're keeping this alive in limbo. Let's see the Seven of Swords. Magician and the King of Swords. Someone's in a sense of panic here, where they feel like if they just create an illusion for themselves that they have more time, or trying to suppress any feelings that they have, that it's not as bad as it seems. But the reality hits them in their face, sometimes some of them at night, where they feel like their mind starts to drift away, and then all these fears come to the surface. It's like the very thought of you makes them panic. They don't know what this is about. King of Wands, they're feeling like they've lost something that was truly special, something that they wanted to win. Let's see this King of Wands. Ten of Cups and the Ten of Swords. Yeah. It is showing me, though, that they're manifesting their own reality. They're creating a scenario here that is worse than what it seems. And with the Magician, King of Swords, like they can't get their wits about them. They know a situation has ended with you. They know that they're the ones that avoided the situation, or they ran away. They might have a tendency to run, is kind of what I'm picking up already. But let's see the past. Let's get some more information. Tower, the Sun card. An unexpected shift. Lover's Justice. Some of you might be dealing with a Gemini or a Leo, or have it in your chart. And the Page of Pentacles. A sudden shift. This was like an epiphany. Something was hitting you like a ton of bricks, and it was very uncomfortable. It made you feel like your world was falling from underneath you. Let's see this Tower, Sun. Yeah, it rocked your stability. Queen of Pentacles. High Priestess. Yeah, your worst fear came to light. That this person wasn't as reliable as you thought that they were, or that they said in the beginning. Maybe you couldn't trust what they were saying, but something was always off. It's like even though they would tell you the right things or say some things that should make you feel secure in this, you just knew there was something in your intuition it was wrong, or that they were trying to deceive you in some way. And when things suddenly changed, it was like everything that you thought or had a red flag about became true. 5 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it looks like a lot of you were abandoned here, or dealing with a cycle where you've been stuck in for a long time. Something always happens to you in a relationship and it really starts to get to you. This was like the nail in the coffin. It made you feel like you just don't want to deal with love anymore. I'm so over it. I'm happier by myself. And I don't want to deal with any of this chaos or drama. Let's see this Wheel of Fortune. 3 of Swords. There is a purpose for it. Okay, so trust in the divine's work in your life at this time. Because we have Justice, Wheel of Fortune. This is karma. And what's happening here is there has been so much trauma from rejection that it's been difficult to overcome in your life, but you have been victorious in rising above this. But there's just some things the universe is bringing up to the surface to allow you to finally release this. Because it looks like no matter what relationship you're in, you always have these feelings of not being good enough, or the person trying to make you feel unworthy. And you are worthy. This is your divine birthright. You are whole and complete just as you are. In the 3 of Swords, I'm feeling a lot of heartbreak coming on your end, where it just seems like you put so much into this and you did as much as possible to get this person to understand that the intention here is not to misuse me, not to take advantage of me, but commitment. And if that's not the case, then I need to know. And it feels like because you did this and then they were to just suddenly pull the rug from underneath you like this, some of you may have spent a lot of nights really dealing with this pain, suffering, trying to deal with your own feelings. And without this person even talking to you, it's almost like you didn't know a lot of information going on here. Let's see the 3 of Swords. Worlds. I see. So you didn't know that you had changed their environment, their world, since you had come into it. And vice versa. There is a reason both of you have crossed paths here. You have made them see that they need to be vulnerable. They need to follow their heart and not try to run away or create a situation that is just comfortable for them. Because when they create a situation that is unbalanced, the universe will always make it right. Karma is at play, and they have accrued some debt in regards to you. 8 of Pentacles, Devil, and the 3 of Wands for the challenge. Yeah, a lot of time waiting or wondering what is going on. I also see a lack of communication here. It might have felt like at times they were starting to communicate, starting to create stability, but then they would run away. It's showing me they tried to focus on themselves or something that was taking them some time to rebuild in their life. When you came into their life, they weren't at a point where they were happy and felt like they were at a loss as well. So their confidence was already pretty low. But also the Devil card, again, there's a purpose for this connection, for them to deal with some issues as well as having some things that you needed to deal with that were important to the divine so that you can be free, not to feel bound by what someone else imposes on you. Let's see the 3 of Wands. And I see you're getting there. You guys are continuing to grow. 3 of Wands, 6 of Wands. There could have been distance in the physical realm, but I'm also seeing that there is a lot of emotional distance. Too much to keep this connection going because they refused to really show you how they feel or really engage with you in a way to create a bond that was strong enough so that nothing could really tear it down. Let's see the 8 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. Wishes not fulfilled here. So something didn't go according to plan, but you have to remember this is the divine's plan, that divine timing is at play. So I see that they have an issue running away from what makes them happy because they fear failure. They feel like they're not going to succeed. There are some things that they've dealt with in their life that has brought them to this point. And just when they get to the point where they're going to succeed, they withdraw. And I see that they abandoned this connection because they felt there was too much pressure on them to succeed. Let's see this Devil card. Yeah, 9 of Swords, Hermit. This is their core wound that they've been dealing with for a long time. And you started to get them to think about what these issues are, why they tend to run. There's a huge awakening here, a soul purpose being made known. So let's see what's going to happen, what they're about to do. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Just when you think you can put this in the past, something comes back around. So if this reading is resonating with you in the extended, we're going to go over exactly what action this is, what they're going to say, and the timing as well as the outcome. If this is your last stop, thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.